And so today is day 2 of dividing polynomials using long division. So if you need a refresher, as in I'm going way too fast when I start this, you can go back to yesterday's video, which was day 1 of long division. So it does have all the steps on this first page here, just kind of detailed out so you can see how to do it there. But I'm going to do numbers 1, 3, and 5 on page 15, and then the 6 problems on page 16 will be for y'all to do for homework. So I chose 1, 3, and 5 because number 1 has a coefficient right here. Number 3 is a regular problem where we cannot factor. And then number 5 has an x cubed instead of x squared. So I'm going to show you each of these, starting with number 1. So when we use long division, we're going to put x minus 1 and 3x squared minus 8x plus 7. So remember, when we're doing long division, we're going to focus on the x. So x into 3x squared, I would need a 3 and an x. So that way these two would multiply to a 3x squared. And then 3x times negative 1 is a negative 3x. This is subtraction, so we're going to change both of their signs. 3x squared minus 3x squared will cancel out. And then negative 8x plus 3x will be negative 5x. And we'll bring down that 7. Now we're trying to take x into negative 5x, which would take negative 5. Bring me to negative 5x. And negative 5 times negative 1 is a positive 5. We are subtracting that entire thing, so both of their signs need to change. Negative 5x plus 5x will cancel. 7 minus 5 becomes 2. And then there's nothing left for me to drop, so this is my remainder. So we would say our answer is 3x minus 5 with a remainder of positive 2. Then on number 3, we're going to take x minus 5, write it on the outside. X squared plus 3x minus 8 on the inside. We're taking x into x squared. Oops. So I know that I would need another x to make x times x is x squared. And then x times negative 5, negative 5x. We are subtracting that entire thing, so we'll change both of their signs. X squared minus x squared will cancel. 3x plus 5x is 8x. And then we bring down that minus 8. Now x into 8x, we would need times 8. And then 8 times negative 5 is negative 40. Subtracting that entire thing, so we'll change both their signs. 8x minus 8x will cancel, and negative 8 plus 40 is a positive 32. I have nothing left to drop, so that is my remainder. So my answer is what's on top, x plus 8, and then the remainder of 32. And now in number 5, we're starting with an x cubed instead of an x squared. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to write the x minus 3 on the outside. X cubed minus 7x squared plus 11x. All of my powers of x are there and in order. So then I need x into x cubed, which I know I would need an x squared. So x squared times negative 3 is a negative 3x squared. Subtract that whole thing, so change both signs. X cubed minus x squared is x. Sorry. This should be x cubed. Okay, now that makes sense. X cubed minus x cubed is 0, so those two cancel. Perfect. See, so that's a good way to check, am I doing this correctly? Did I multiply it correctly? Those first two should always cancel since we're dividing it straight out. So I'm dividing x cubed by x, I get x squared. So when I multiply it back, they should end up canceling. And so negative 7x squared plus 3x squared is negative 4x squared. Bring down the 11x. Now x into negative 4x squared, I would need to multiply by a negative 4x, which would give me negative 4x squared. Negative 4x times negative 3 is a positive 12x. I need the first two to cancel, and I know they will since I have to change both those signs. Negative 4x squared plus 4x squared is 0, so they canceled out. 11x minus 12x is negative x. Bring down the 3. X into negative x, I would have to multiply by a negative 1. And negative 1 times negative 3 is a positive 3. Change both signs since we are subtracting. Negative x plus x will cancel. 3 minus 3 is 0. So my remainder is 0. So my answer is x squared minus 4x minus 1. So that is 1, 3, and 5 on page 15. And then y'all are responsible for 1 through 6 on page 16. Make sure that you turn that in on Canvas. And then we'll see y'all tomorrow for synthetic division.